everyone, welcome to Love to Create by Tonya. Today I'm going to be working on 4 Dollar Tree Easter DIYs. These charming little Easter decor pieces turned out adorable and I think you're going to love them. Let's go ahead and get started with DIY number 1. For this design, I had taken one of the new Dollar Tree stuffed bunnies and we're going to be using a plunger to make longer legs. And then I'm going to be taking those little treat sacks and making a dress for the bunny. And then we're going to have her holding some of the carrots. And then I'm going to be using some of these acrylic, and I think it's just a basic paint for painting the accents for the bunny. And they worked really well. I'm going to do a little tip on the painting where we add a little cornstarch into there and some Mod Podge on top of that. Now the first thing I'm going to do is take and just kind of push that, I think it's some kind of like little rice or something they have up inside of there, and just kind of push that in and make a pocket, and then we're just going to glue those legs on. Now what I had to do was take the fabric and just glue it down a little bit on the front and back to the stick, and that made it stand up really well. And then I did use one of the little wood planks from Dollar Tree and just glued her right on there. And I thought about putting a little greenery at the bottom. You could do that also, but I just wanted to see if I could get her standing up because I think those bunnies with those long legs is just so adorable. But it was a really neat little idea and I like how it turned out, and you'll have to let me know what you think of this one. Now I am using the Gorilla Hot Glue to glue this together. That seems to hold really well, and I've actually been using the Gorilla Hot Glue on everything I've made lately just because it seems to have a really secure hold. Now I'm going to go ahead and just put a couple coats of this white paint on here from Dollar Tree, and like I said, it's a little thinner, but if you do mix a little bit of cornstarch with it, it seems to cover a lot better. Now the color that you'll see me put on the ears, it's almost like a peachy skin tone color, and I just like that it had a more muted tone to it than the pink that was on the bunny, so I'll be covering the ears and the nose with that. And also I'd like to mention to everyone that if you don't follow me on Instagram, there is a link in the description below and one in the About section that you can click on, and it will take you to my Instagram. And I would love it if you follow me on Instagram. There you will see posts of upcoming videos, and I'm going to start posting more of pictures of like hauls that I have done. And also, if you would like to see hauls done on my channel, drop that in the description below and let me know if that's something that you would like to see on here. Now I'm just going to take the treat bags and I'm going to take one side of the seams out and then just press them down really well, and that's how we're going to start making the dress for the bunny. I did have to glue a couple of the places on the other side down because the stitching was not real great on these, but they're for $1. It's still a great deal, and it turned out to be just a really cute dress for this bunny. And you could actually add a little bit of the lace or more of the burlap to the bottom if you wanted to make a little ruffle around there. But just for the sake of getting this one done and seeing how it turned out, I left it pretty simple. And I love that the little bunny is going to be on the back of her dress and on the front of her dress. And you could stitch this together if you didn't want to hot glue it also. But since we are gluing this together, you want to let that glue dry really well before you turn it inside out. Well, everyone, I've got 3 more DIYs coming up after this, and I hope you definitely stick around for those. There's one that I had done with the shelf liner, and that one turned out really cute. Now we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to slide her little dress right over top of her head there, and then we'll just glue it around her shoulders and make her some armholes. And I actually take the rope twine that came in the bag with the sacks and use that to make a necklace to go around her neck. Now I'm just going to take some hot glue and just fold this over in the back and just glue that around her neck. And then you can just adjust her arms. I decided to take and have her holding a carrot. I just thought that would be really cute. So I'm just going to pull her arms forward. And actually you could use one of those little tiny pails in the wedding section and have her holding a little pail of the carrots in a little bucket. That would be cute also. But you'll have to let me know what you think about making the dress out of the sacks. I thought that just turned out so cute. I also wanted to mention that when I hit 2,500 subscribers, I want to do a drawing for a giveaway basket for all Dollar Tree supplies. So if you share with your family and friends, I would much appreciate it. And I'm already collecting little items to put in our basket. And I'll be showing the basket as I get closer to the 2,500 subscribers. And I also wanted to mention, if you are not subscribed to my channel, or even if you are subscribed, I don't know if you have hit the bell to be notified, but if you hit that bell twice, there will be a drop-down list, and that will give you 3 options to select how you want to be notified when I upload my new videos. Now you can see here, I'm taking one of these brushes and I'm going to pull these little bristles out, and we're going to use these to make whiskers for our bunny. And you can see how cute those little paint bristles made whiskers for the bunny. I just thought it was a neat little accent. You'll have to let me know what you think. Now I'm going to go ahead and touch up some of the white around the bottom and the legs, and then we're going to add that peachy color to the ears and the nose. I had another idea. I was going to take some of the felt from Dollar Tree and then actually make where it looked like it had like little boots on, and that's another idea that you can use. Now here's that paint that has kind of that peachy skin tone color, and I just wanted to mute down that pink color on the ears and the nose. Now I'm just going to finish this one off with a little sign saying Happy Easter. and I think she turned out really cute. You'll have to let me know what you think. Now for DIY number 2, we're going to be taking one of those wood bunnies from Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to be using some of this speckled colored shelf liner and applying that to both sides, and then we're going to make a little pom-pom tail for the back, and we're going to use one of the burlap bows for the front. And I just love this new cotton twine that they're getting in now at Dollar Tree. They have it in several different colors. Now I am going to apply this with the glue sticks from Dollar Tree, and it has had time to dry overnight and it's held really well. Now here's a neat little tip that you can do. You just take a piece of cardboard and get it the width that you want your pom-pom to be. Cut out a little notch, and then you can wrap your yarn around it, and then you've got the other string draped over and ready for you to tie it off when you're done. And it's just a fast and simple way to make your pom-pom. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our shelf liner and get it applied to our bunny, and I am going to use those glue sticks I was telling you about. And what I did is just traced around, and then I just cut it out with some scissors. And I was only going to put this on the front and paint the back, but then I decided that it would be neat because you could turn it around, and that's why I ended up making the little pom-pom tail, so you could face it where you could see the back of the bunny, and then if you turn it around, you could also set it up and display it with the little polka dotted bow on the front. And it made a really cute little shelf sitter. Now you could actually put some rope twine on the back if you wanted to hang it up, but I think I'm just going to use mine as a shelf sitter. But I thought it was a really neat idea using the shelf liner, and I'll definitely try that one again. And I thought that brown tan speckled one was perfect for the bunny. Now I had to trim off a little bit of that extra. It seems like no matter how close you try to draw that around, it seems like you always have a little extra that you have to cut off. So here's where I'm going to take that little finger utility knife, and I think I left a link for that in the description below. But isn't this little bunny turning out adorable? I love the little pom-pom tail, and I love the colors of the speckles. Well, everyone, you'll have to let me know what you're thinking of DIY number 2. And like I said, all of these are Dollar Tree DIYs. I used all Dollar Tree supplies for these. Now I'm just going to take this polka dotted burlap ribbon and make a simple bow to put on the front side of the bunny. Well, this was a really fun and simple design, and it's definitely one that I'll be trying again. I really liked using that shelf liner. It was really easy to work with, and it applied to the wood really easy. Well, everyone, here is our DIY number 2, our little bunny, and I think it turned out adorable. Now for DIY number 3, I took one of the long wood signs that said "Together is my favorite place to be," and a pack of those little wood bunnies, and then I mixed up some of that white paint with some cornstarch and some of the Mod Podge, and I did it really chunky, and then I just kind of dabbed the paint on the bunnies, and it really helped give that illusion of fur on the bunnies. And then I just took some of those little wood cubes and glued them to the back of the bunnies, and it was a really fun and simple DIY, and I love how this one turned out also. You'll have to let me know which one of these are your favorite if you have a favorite. Now I did take a little bit of that putty and fill in those holes. I put so much paint on these that I may not have needed to have done that, but I went ahead and sealed that up anyway. But this was definitely a cute and fun DIY. And anytime you want to make your paint just a little bit thicker, adding that cornstarch in really helps the paint to thicken up, and it helps it stay on a lot better. And I would like to say that I could tell you how much, but I really just kind of mix it in there until it makes the paint thick. And you'll see me actually on the second coat actually thicken it up quite a bit more, and that's when I decided that I wanted to do that like patting, dabbing motion to make the paint look more like the fur was raised up. And you can see now that I'm applying that second layer on there, how I'm just dabbing that on. And now I will tell you, it did take a long time for this to dry, but once it dried and I got the Mod Podge layer on top of it, and the next day they just dried completely hard and it turned out really great. But I thought it was definitely a fun and simple DIY using all Dollar Tree items. Well, everyone, here's our finished DIY number 3, and I love how it turned out. You'll have to let me know. I think this might be my favorite one out of this batch of them, so let me know in the comments below what you think. Now, here is DIY number 4, and this was another really fun and simple, and all I did with this design is I took some of the contact paper, another one of the wood bunnies, and one of those little wood trays that I had already had painted white. And then I decided to use this shamrock greenery, and I just liked the way it looked. It almost reminded me of a clover a little bit, which I thought would be really neat because bunnies in my yard, they seem to love to eat the clover. But this was another fun and simple one, and I'm going to go ahead and let you watch this one, and I'll talk to you here at the end. Well, everyone, I'm about done with DIY number 4. I'm just going to take some of that rope twine and just kind of spiral it, and then just put that in the center of the flower that I glued to the top of the ear there. Well, this finishes up our Dollar Tree DIYs. I hope you enjoyed these today. You'll have to let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more DIYs like this. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you do so. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for your support. I'll see you next time.